Well, hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. It's very nice and sunny outside, so that's a start, I guess. But sure feels cold. I hope, though, that everyone is doing good. That's the important part. And you're not going outside to walk, because that definitely could give you the flu, just the regular flu. Okay? Which is normal. If you go outside and it's cold and it's been hot and cold, you can get sick. None of that other stuff. See, like something very interesting. Well, I don't want to talk about it actually. Well, no, I will say it because it's kind of statistical. If you've seen how many tests we've done in Edmonton alone, it's about 20,000 tests we've done for that virus, but we only have about 180 cases. That means that everybody else has the regular flu, because the regular flu is just as dangerous. Yeah. I don't like getting any flu, period. So I don't understand that there's almost 18,000 people out there, or 19,000 people that have the regular flu, but nobody cares about them. And I think that a similar number of people have died because of the regular flu. So it's very, very strange. But I don't want to talk about it. What I do want to talk about is this wonderful table that we have in front of us. Some really good writing out there. Yes. I got some very good essays. Okay? So I hope you're ready to write. Even if you rewrite what I put on here, that's good. Okay, so this is task 1. And it's a table. Let's look at our book. This is from our textbook, page 46. And you see here, page 45, the homework was a line graph, right? And then if you look at page 15, pie graphs. And then page 10, that's a bar graph. So bar graph, pie graph. Then we did line graphs. And now we're going to do tables. Those are the 4 main types of graphs, okay, that we need to analyze. And so that, again, that's on page 46. Tables are common. Okay. So this is task 1. If we look at our grammar guides book, page 62, it tells us we need to write basically 4 paragraphs. Yes. The intro, paragraph 1, where we talk about the first part, paragraph 2, and a short concluding sentence. Now, what do we write in the paragraphs? Well, I think in this case, you can see that we're going to have its age groups. It says, the table shows the percentages of people working in various sectors according to age in the UK in 2008. So I'm guessing that we need to compare the jobs that the 18 to 25 group has with the 25 to 40 and the 40 to 65. We can probably even write 3 short paragraphs. Lots of sectors here, lots of jobs. Okay, but obviously we're going to write about what jobs the 18 to 25 is mostly. Look at that 23 right there. We definitely need to mention that. This one here and 21 down there. Those 4 for sure. And then 25 to 40, we need to probably mention 15, 18, 12. Everything else is not that important. And 40 to 65, we need to mention, of course, 23, 18, 12. You can see these ones are low. 4, 3, 2, 3, 6, 8, 4. Okay. Don't see. Oh, I see education there. Okay, so yes. Let's start off according to our guide. We're just going to follow the guide, remember. The intro says 2 sentences. And everyone, that guide is on page 62. But let's focus now on writing that. So we need to start off, it says, by rephrasing. Rephrasing. It says here, rephrase the question as much as possible. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, 1 second. So let me put this one here better. Okay. So all I put here is the table provides statistical information regarding the proportion of the British workforce. Okay, so instead of the percentages of people working, I put the proportion of the British workforce. Workforce means everyone that can work, employed in various fields, sectors, in relation to age, according to age. I didn't put UK here because I put British already in 2008. Okay? Okay then. All right, so now we need to get to the overview sentence. We need to look at it all. We need to look at it like we did over here in the first part. So we kind of looked at all the jobs. And it seems here that there's a lot. Remember, we can say there's a lot of differences, or there's much change or differences between each group. That's what I want to say here. Okay. So an overview of the data indicates that there were significant variations or differences in the employment sector of people according to age. I'm going to change workers to people to workers. So this says there were significant variations in the employment sector where workers worked. Okay? According to age. So age made a difference in the sector you worked. Okay. All right. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. You could start by talking about 23, 21, but we have 23, 18. I wouldn't say that it really... I'm going to write 3 short paragraphs. And I'm just going to start talking about the first group. Okay? Let's see what we have here. Okay. Strange that this one is not. So it says to specify, the youngest group had the highest percentage of employment in the retail sector with 23%. Okay, so that's true. Okay, 23%. It's right here, which was marginally higher than in other sectors at 21%, right here. Okay, so, okay, and more than double the amount in manufacturing and health, 12%. Okay, so some points here that I want to mention, okay? So what we've done here is we've put almost 4 of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. In one sentence. That's the kind of sentence we want to build. Okay? Also, we could say which was higher, but why not marginally higher? Marginally means not too much higher. Again, look at the sentence. We took the highest, we compared everything to the highest. So 23%, marginally higher than 21%, more than double, which is 12%. Also, let's look at how we express statistics with 23%, at 21%, or brackets 12%. So no with, no at, 12%. Okay. And then let's see what else says. While this group was far less employed in accountancy, law, and agriculture at 3, 4, and 5% respectively. Okay, good. So what we've done there is just talk about the last 4 groups in one sentence. Accountancy, law, agriculture. Seems to me like... Okay. Also, I noticed here that we didn't really mention anything about catering, local government, education. So it's just saying what's high in and what it's low in. Okay? Not really sure we need to mention those middle-aged ones or middle stats. You could... I just see it's mentioning the lowest here, which is accountancy, law. And I think that's good. We need to get what it's high in and what it's low in. Let's just see what else is here for this. So that was that paragraph. Again, we don't need to mention every stat because there is a lot of stats here. I guess this is a good example of just mentioning the important ones, the highest and the lowest. There you see. What do we have for the second? Okay. On the other hand, yes, because now we're going to talk about the next group. The middle-aged group. Okay, the middle-aged, because we're here. And 25 to 40 is more like middle-aged, but I would say 30 to 60 really. But it's talking about this middle-aged group. Worked in other sectors the most at 18%. There we go, right here. While interestingly, they were employed the same amount in manufacturing and health. 15%. Local government education. 12%. And agriculture and retail. This ends a connector here. We should specify that. Okay. So it says 18, 15, 12, and 7. So if they had the same amount, manufacturing, health, local government education, and so in 3 sectors, they had the same amount. That's what it says here. Really? 15, 15, 12, 12, and 7, 7. Okay. While insignificantly at the bottom were those employed in law, 4%, and accountancy. 2%. This one mentioned them all, I guess. Which it did. 2 sentences. And it was a little bit easier because you had 3 that were the 3 groups of 2 that were the same, 15, 12, and 7. So, okay. So we said this group was employed more in this areas, okay? What about the last one here? So in the last paragraph, what we want to do is we want to draw some comparisons to the other 2 paragraphs, okay? So we can show more comparison. Let's see. Comparatively, the oldest age group, okay, that's 40 to 65, the oldest of these 3, was employed in manufacturing the highest, 23%, as well as the most between the groups. Okay, so 23, the most between these groups, it says. Similarly, this group worked in local government more than the other groups. Okay, 18%. Okay. So it said it worked in the most in local government. You see right there. On the contrary, so on the other hand, like not the same, this group, was employed in retail 6% and other sectors 9%, dramatically less than the other ages. Really? 6. Well, I wouldn't say the other age is probably the youngest group here. And here I would say 9% other sector. Well, that one, yes. I could say it was employed in retail and other sectors. I don't know about the others. Let's just put then other age groups. Because we put the other age groups, it means both. So just dramatically less than other age groups. So for example, here, retail, 6 and 23. And here, 9 and 21. Okay? All right. It is worth noting that this group worked in the other sectors. A second here. Within range, I believe. Oh. So it is worth noting that this group worked in the other sectors. Within range of the other groups. So this means that it worked in the other sectors within range. So you see accountancy, it's about the same, within the same. Law seems to be the same as well. And catering also within range, agriculture within range. So within range means almost close to the other ones. Okay? Okay. Could say here, no, this is good. This is good. We've compared the three groups. There's many other things we could say. Okay, this is what I want to say here. When we have so many different variables here, okay, we have many. So because of that reason, we can't get stuck trying to express all of them, or else we're going to run out of time, okay? This is a good example for that. What I did was just talk about the first group, what's high, what's low. In the second group, what's high, what's low. And in the third group, I compared them in between a little bit, when what's high for them and what's low. Okay. So, now we get to the closing sentence. To sum up, from this table, we can ascertain that there was an unequal distribution in sector of employment according to age. Okay. So unequal distribution means that it's not the same. In each age group was not employed in each sector the same. Okay? Or in health, it was different. Let's put in most of these. And let's put here. Oh yeah, according to age. Particularly older people were employed in more professional sectors? Really? Let's look. So older people would mean here. Well, agriculture is not really professional. Manufacturing is not really either. Catering is the same. Local government, yes. Health is kind of the same. Retail, well, retail is not that professional. Education. Not sure if older people were... I guess what it's trying to say is retail, manufacturing, okay. Local government, yeah, for sure, but health. I would say that there was an equal distribution in most of these sectors of employment according to age. Particularly, I would change that. I would say younger people were employed in health, it looks like here. And other right here, right? You see? In other or in retail. What is that middle age group? 7. Well, unequal distribution, let's say the actual sectors. I would say there's an unequal distribution in retail, manufacturing, local. So retail, other sectors, manufacturing. So it means they're not very equally distributed here. Okay? So let's just say particularly in retail, manufacturing, and other sectors. Okay, so it says here that there's unequal distribution. So each sector doesn't seem to have an equal amount, or each age group doesn't work an equal percentage in each sector. Doesn't say percentages. Well, it says percentages at the top. Something else to note here is 3 paragraphs. Yeah, this example here, I think, would be good to mention 3 paragraphs. We have so many sectors here that another good thing to note is that we don't have to mention everything, only the more important ones. Okay? Okay. Looking at the homework on page 48. So it's a little bit similar. Well, in this case, we have the age groups all over. Okay. So 6 age groups and only 4 variables here. So what I would do here is I would talk first. In this case, I would mention we can't talk about each age group because that's too much. So notice how here I talked about each age group because there were too many variables or sectors. So I talked about each age group. I think we're going to have to reverse the pattern here. Instead of talking about each age group, we're going to talk about just each leisure activity. And I would talk about, for example, probably socializing first because it's the highest. And then I would probably mention TV, internet, computer, TV, because it's also the highest. And also this group is both. And then I'd probably also mention reading. Probably first socializing, second internet, computer, TV use, third reading because it's high here, and last exercise. Okay. So one paragraph about socializing, TV, internet, computer. And another paragraph about exercise and reading. Looks fun. Okay, page 48. If you have any questions, please do ask, okay? There you are. Okay, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was beneficial. And we'll be back shortly with another video. Okay, bye for now.